Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Verma. I'm working as a solution architect, one of the uh, financial company, let's say one of the banking industry company. Uh, I have total 3.5 years of experience in Tableau, like worked on the Tableau dashboard as well as in the Tableau server and maintaining into the enterprise deployment and going into the architect level when I go into the medium-sized deployment and enterprise deployment, how we need to consider different things. So usually, like I have worked on like in the several versions of the Tableau, like 8.0 and 7.0, and currently I'm working in 8.1 version. Let's say, can you introduce each one if it is possible? What's your educational background? Are you currently is working or how? Can you introduce yourself? Hi, Lakshmi Narsimha, Sai, Vasu.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Yeah. I have 6.10 years experience in IT industry. I worked as a Rritec developer and OBA developer.
Okay.
And I worked in some time in USA.
Okay.
But my project is recently over, so I'm looking for new projects. Thing is, yeah, I'm working mostly in dashboards and reports, working side, and so I joined this class, OBA class, programming class, OBA backend side.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Next.
Yeah. Hi. This is Sai. Can you hear me?
Hi, Sai.
Hi, Sai. Okay. So my name is Sai. Actually, I'm on a short trip to India. I live in US. I'm currently taking in OBA class as well in Rritec. My core experience is on Rritec. So
Okay.
this is on system side. So
Perfect.
I wanted to move to business intelligence, and I tried out OBI, and I'm learning that, and just wanted to check out the demo for this one as well.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. Yep.
Hi, this is Lakshmi. Well, I've been working on past experience like in the ERP applications.
Okay.
I worked for more than 10 years. I've been working on OBI. I joined Ram's OBI 11G classes to enhance my skills. And I got an invite for this Tableau, so I'm interested in seeing like what exactly Tableau does and how we can make use of Tableau. That's the idea. Thanks.
Okay. Good. Okay, let me share my experience as well as like how what is Tableau. Let's say why we use Tableau. Let's say going to the real-time point of view. So where exactly this either in-memory architecture tool, or basically a Tableau is one of the rapid business intelligence as well as business analytical tool. Let's say the main purpose of Tableau, it is useful for to build the dashboards, or it means ad hoc reporting analysis data. Let's say if you go into proper decision making process, like by using a proper data set, we develop graphical views, means visualization point of view to represent the data. The data, whatever you want to show, let's say go into some beautiful visualization wise to understanding, or maybe if we go into that some decision making process, we're working by using a Tableau. Let's say Tableau, before going to discussing in the Tableau, I just given some introduction. I have total 6 years of experience in the Cognos before I'm joining to work in Tableau. Let's say, and I talking about like when going to talking about either in Cognos, Business Object, or MSBI, or maybe if you go into like Hyperion or anything, this is a traditional BI tools. Let's say we just go into a concept of multi-tier architecture. By basing of this multi-tier architecture, let's say we have some database layer. Then we can go using a tool like an application server, that's in the application layer. Then we are publishing into the packages into the server, means in the web. Then by using this, we have several tools. By using these tools, we can implement some dashboards. Let's say we are building, like we'll see some forecast analysis of the predictive analysis, and see some trends analysis of the data, as well as we'll find out some ad hoc reporting analysis. We can directly develop by using a traditional BI. The same features also it is available in the Tableau, and in addition of that, we can go and see, we can analyzing the data in the better perspective. Means, let's say the storyline what you created, let's say the dashboard what you implemented, if you go into the more visualization wise, it is given into the more flexibility to understanding end user point of view. And also, let's say if you go and talking about some statistical analysis of the data, or maybe if you are talking about some forecasting analysis, budgeting and forecasting data, we can efficiently build on the fly by using either some flat file source data. Let's say if you have some transactional or relational data, maybe if you have already existing any cube structural data, it means any MDX sources also, we can take it as an input source. We can build, we can give it a proper dashboard analysis or proper dashboard building for end user perspective. It means it given into the more user interactive nature. Let's say user interactive nature means you don't require a more skill set to go and work into the Tableau. Let's say you know very well understanding your business functionality, and also you have a basic common sense. Let's say what type of visualization, let's say it is going to do understanding a proper analysis of my data. If you have that flexibility, you are confident on that particular point of view, then you can directly connect and you can build the type of visualization what you require. That is possible directly. In addition of that, basically the recent trend, when you see like we have a Spotfire, the Tableau, the ClickView, all these tools comes under a concept of in-memory architecture concept. What is the meaning of this in-memory concept? Let's say if you're talking about in traditional BI, first of all we are connecting into our metadata. We are preparing a metadata, and after preparing this metadata, then we're creating some package. By using this package, we are publishing into the Tableau, means in web server. Then by using that package, whatever, then I can go into connecting into the several reporting tool. Let's say if you take an example of the Cognos, we have a report studio, query studio, or analysis studio. By using type of reporting tool, I can develop the dashboards, or means we can build some reports or dashboards. That's what. But here you don't require to go and preparing a separate metadata concept here. Just you need to go and connect directly. If you have any flat file source data, you can directly connect it. Let's say if you have any let's say relational or transactional data, you can also be connect. Maybe already in existing cubes or anything, you can also be directly connected. It means we avoided, we are excluded architecturally. There is a layer of metadata modeling, metadata layer. But here also the metadata is happening just once you are importing the data or table structure. Defaultly the metadata internally, it's a thin layer of metadata concept is integrated or is available in the Tableau. And one more thing, let's say you are connecting into the live database or maybe in the relational data or any cube source data, and then you can build some dashboard, you can publish into the server, then end user they can able to see that. But sometimes what happen, let's say there is a scenario, you are in out of office, let's say you are in, let's say some XYZ location, but you are unable to connect into your RDC, let's say your database server through either an VPN or RDC or something, but you want to do some dashboard or we want to do some analysis. But that situation, what you need to do, you need to go compulsory, you need to connect into our database. Otherwise, the data is not available. But if you take that scenario, here we have an in-memory concept wise, what happened, let's say once you connecting into the database, if you want to import the required data set, how much you want, you can import that data. After that, if you go into the offline, it means you are not in the connection of your database also, you can able to work and you can build some dashboards. It is possible by using Tableau environment. It means even in the offline also, the data what you imported, it means directly creating a metadata structure. It means in a separate data source. The data source independently you can possible to work either in the offline also. It means directly this data source is loaded into directly RAM. That RAM you can automatically pitch it the data whatever you require to build the dashboard. That is wonderfully we can have available, either you can talking about Tableau or let's say if you go into the click view or either in the Spotfire. Again, there is a lot of differences from this in-memory tools also. I will explain later. Let's say this in Tableau there are two different tools. One is Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server. Lakshmi, Sai, guys, you have any queries? Vasu, Lakshmi.
Thing is, your
The question is,
Yep. Hello.
where Russell?
yeah. Sir, you are saying your database, right? Top up database.
Okay. All right. 1 minute. Let's say I already told now, just we have there are in the Tableau level, there are two different tools, Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server. Just I'll give you the, if you take into the some workflow, how it is working, let's say the databases is connecting. Okay, the Tableau Desktop, the main purpose of the Tableau Desktop to connect data and to import data and create a particular data source, and by using that data source you can implement or build dashboards or views in client environment. That is happened by using a tool called Tableau Desktop. Once the dashboard or view, whatever the dashboard or view or a report you build, if you want to publish into the server, you can connect into the Tableau server. The main purpose of the Tableau server is to distribute or to provide the possibility to same report to access into the multiple users, and also you can able to go and publish you can able to containing into the security data, like different types of security, object security, roles and permission security, data security. All this information you can maintain by directly by using an environment called Tableau server. Let's say I'm just giving some overview of how the Tableau Desktop is working. Let's say, think about, this is my client machine. I just installed into a Tableau. Once I install Tableau, let's say I'm able to connect by using Tableau. There are several types of data sources. Let's say it's maybe a relational data, or it's going to the plot file source, or maybe if you have any my MDX cubes, any enterprise data warehouse data also, you can possibly to connect by using like internally we provided lot of native drivers. You just connecting to the you just install into the particular database related drivers, then automatically the connection is established. I will show you like live also once this is completed. Just think about, this is my Tableau Desktop machine. Once, let's say if I want to talk directly with the live data, means my connect live information, you can connect it live. If you want go and work into some offline, or maybe if you want to go and work into the, let's say independent of your database connection, just you want to do what you want, you can just extract the data and you can take that is directly going to work into providing the flexibility to work in offline also. Once I connected data either through in the connect live or in the extract mechanism, then by using my Tableau Desktop, I'm building my views or visualizations or dashboards. Then in the Tableau Desktop level only, I can export, I can analyzing the data both either in the PDF format, crosstab, JPG. Let's say there is an independent tool that is available for only for reading the data. That is a tool called Tableau Reader. This is what happened when I going to talking about the Tableau Desktop. Vasu, now can you raise your question please?
how different is this from the OBI 11G? I mean, like we can do the RPDs offline, and we can also develop the reports or dashboard reports or analysis, we can do analysis, connecting them locally, then later on putting it back. I'm not.
I understand. The question I understand clearly, Vasu. See.
It's not what the Lakshman.
Yeah, Lakshman. Each tool, they have their own strong background and the strong capabilities, some certain areas. Let's say, yes, even in the OBIE also do the offline activation. Yes, you can go into the either in the SAS, you can do that. Let's say whatever current trends reporting tools, means analytical tools, everything they provided the option of extracting in-memory concept. Why? Why they provided in-memory concept of? Because of they're increasing the speed, performance increasing as well as increase the rendering speed. That is the main concept. Okay, how different? Let's say when I compare to my OBIE, I will tell you. Tableau, basically there is a strong background here in the Tableau is data integration. Data integration is very strong. Then when compared to whatever the other in-memory tools, let's say if we compare into the ClickView or Spotfire, even in the OBIE or MSBI also. The reason is, let's say here almost all 45 types of data sources, it can possibly connect directly in one particular environment. That is possible by using internally they have a concept of blending concept. By using this data blending concept, either it is either structural data or unstructural data. Lakshmanarayana. Either it is a structural or unstructural data. It can possible to connect almost all 45 types of data sources. Let's say, yeah, I understand. OBIE, they have their own particular either you can proper data model structure. Then based on that, we can build into the proper schema, whatever you require. Then you can go and let's say if you're creating some MDX cubes or anything, you can publishing and can you develop the reports. That is what you can do that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, perfect. Yes, let's say when I talking about the same thing here also, we can go in the Tableau also. The same procedures, same process are available. And also, in addition of that, it is given into the, let's say, taking about, let's say if I'm talking about any tool, there are 4 major parts we need to consider. One is that, let's say, user interactivity, cost, how feasible, let's say, when I'm talking about the industrial wise, and how it is talking about the data integration point. This is the 4 major parts we need to consider. When I'm talking about this, licensing mechanism wise, it is given to very flexible to end user. Basically, it is targeted both in the small, medium and the enterprise level entrepreneurs or small companies, medium sized companies as well as enterprise companies. The reason is, let's say they given to the licensing both there are 2 different types. Concurrent user based license and you go into the core based license. Let's say when I go into the concurrent user based license, let's say if you buy into like Tableau desktop licenses for only for one user, let's say it's independent of the one user, the cost of this Tableau desktop for one user license for $1,999. Let's say it means the base pack. It's going to the, let's say if you want to go on the Tableau server, you can go and buy out, let's say 10 interactor licenses or 15 or 20 or maybe 5 also you can buy it. It does not require to go, let's say, if you want to buy the Cognos, you need to buy all these tools, then only you can go on like that. If you want to go into OBIE, you don't want, you need to buy particularly database of Oracle, then you can go and use the some XYZ Teradata or something. So, it directly given into that, whatever the flexibility you have, you can go and work it out. But the same features, what we are seeing to the traditional BI, or whatever the strong tools currently you have the OBI or anything. And one more thing is mobile compatibility is, if you compare any other tools, now this is the one of the advantage feature in, let's say in the Tableau. Another one is mapping concept. Geocoding mappings we can do excellently and we can do very efficiently, let's say when I compare to other tools. This is something. let's say I'm talking about very strategical point wise only. Let's say this is a very high level data integration, mobile application, mobile apps, and as well as you can go into that mapping and the geocode mappings. Not only these things, we are introduced recently from the latest version R scripting. Let's say if you want to go and build some statistical analysis of the data by using a pre-source, directly we can go and connect that. You can build the whatever the dashboards you required. You can analyzing the data, but let's say if you go into the statistical analysis and correlational data structures, or maybe trends analysis. If you want to go to the forecast analysis of the data, you can efficiently do that by using a pre-source. This is the like a lot of strong evidences we have. Let's say when I compare to the other BI tools. I hope Lakshminarayana you understand what I'm trying to say. I hope you clear your question. Hello? Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
Yep. So that's the reason. Let's say if you're talking about why, if you want to see some Gartner's rule, current Gartner's rule, financial year Gartner rule, Tableau is #1 position. Why? Because they are very flexible to, let's say, in the licensing mechanism, price rating, the futures, let's say the benefits of the tool wise also what we are provided, everything is given to the very flexible to, let's say when I'm talking about the entrepreneur level as well as technical level also. In the technically where exactly more work is required here is preparing a proper data set and build a complex dashboards by using some R script or going into some predictive reports like a complex dashboards, KPI integrations, scoreboards building or like that, which given to the very flexible, let's say if you're talking about any, let's say OBI, if you want to implement a particular dashboard with a complex scenario, maybe it required 100 or 200 lines of code, but the same scenario or the same dashboard I can build within 20 or 25 lines of script. Let's say this given that much of the flexibility, let's say when I go into the skill level as well as in the development point of view also. It means logically when you are very strong, then it is given into the lot of flexibility. It's going to given into the lot of flexibility to understand as well as it's given into the very flexibility to build the dashboard. That's the reason. Let's say if you want to build very small dashboards, don't require, let's say any IT people are sitting and build the dashboard. Just a business analyst is just downloading to the software and installing their client machine, connecting into the live database or plot file source, whatever he required, then he can build the dashboard. But exactly our tab means and IT people, let's say they're going to the developers, IT developers who are working in the report developer point of view, where exactly our requirement is coming into main part is data set creations and query optimizations, performance tuning, server maintenance. Server maintenance is the corest part, very, very important part, as well as performance tuning and the deployment procedures writing, as well as if you want to go into build the proper dashboards in the complex scenario, there exactly the, let's say as a developer, the skill set persons you mainly require. I hope I clear like the decision. So this is the several features or benefits you have. Let's say when I'm talking about Tableau, when I'm talking about the Tableau desktop point. Let's say coming to now and understand. Let's say if I have a server, I just have this is my server. I install in separate machine. Once I created my dashboard and once I publish into the server directly, it's storing into my repository. After that, you don't have any connection between now into the client machine. It directly the connection is established from the Tableau server to database server. Then automatically the extract or connect live whatever you done based on that. Let's say if you go into the extract, it means metadata structure what you are imported in the earlier time. Let's say every day you have some updates. You can create some schedule. The schedules both in the pull refresh schedule or going to the incremental refresh schedule. You can do that both in the pull refresh and incremental means the sequential or concurrent process. We can do that. Let's say if you are connecting to the live, you don't require to create any schedules. Automatically, once you are opening a dashboard, once your session is established, automatically internally my native SQL connector, it requesting the data from the database and fetching the data and loading to the buffer. Internally, that is the beauty is happening like when working into the Tableau server. Let's say once I extracted data in my Tableau desktop, once I publish into my workbook into the server, automatically the related metadata is loaded into from here. That's the reason once we have a extract, automatically the data server is taking to the responsibility. Then it is uploading the data based on the schedules. Then we can maintain to the management and automation, security, authentication, authorization, all we can do like in here only in the Tableau server. This is that like totally. Once I published my workbook into the Tableau server environment, then you have to go into the web server. We have several tools like Internet Explorer, let's say web applications, let's say, see, we have a web and mobile users, you can be able to directly view the dashboards, what I publish into the server. Let's say if you have some cloud cluster analysis data, means you are in the cluster level also, you can able to see that. Cloud, sorry, not a cluster, in the cloud. You can able to see the dashboards. Once I publish, based on the username, password, what I created, based on the sign-on, what you are given, you can able to access the reports or the dashboards through web. This is entirely like how the Tableau desktop internally flow is going. Let's say what are the basic benefits. See, I'm not pointing any other tools. OBI have their own strong evidences. Tableau have their own strong backgrounds. And ClickView, yes. Why? Because if you see like whoever have a database of Oracle, they're defaultly they're going to the ClickView. But now they understanding the problem of the ClickView. All this ClickView whoever have their environment, they now migrating into dashboards into Tableau. So why? Because the features are coming like that. As well, it is beaten all the, let's say if you want to go into statistics analysis, in earlier days in the healthcare modules or anything, we are using the SAS. But now you don't require to go and separate the SAS tool. We have already the same features are available in the Tableau. Yes, you can able to talk either if you have a large scale data, if you have a healthcare industry data, if you have like in any banking sector, anything. If you want to build any complex dashboards also, you can able to build, you can achieve the proper performance by using a proper deployment procedure wise. So this is what actually is happening. The totally, let's say as usually what we are doing into the Tableau desktop, so like other client applications like in the Cognos, let's say if we are creating in the metadata modeling tool level, lot of calculations, whatever required. If you want to apply some filter, you can apply it. You can call some parameters, you can call it. Let's say if you want to group by something, we write into the some group by condition. Based on that, the group by is happening. All these things also we can directly, by writing into the simple functions, you can able to build a dashboard by using on Tableau desktop. Like we can, it is possible to create calculated fields, means calculations you can write it directly. You can use a lot of logical functions, table calculations, let's say arithmetic functions. Like we can go into like user Windows authentication functions, Windows functions, like there are several types of functions. All these functions is available. Maybe if we think this, how it is possible very easily this all the things means internally Tableau have their own query language called visualization query language. The visualization query language means automatically what happens if you are connecting into any plot file source data or relational data, or if you are connecting into any MDX source data, it is directly talking about with the SQL connector or MDX connector data source, and it is importing the data. That is what is happening by using like VSQL server, visualization query language server. Guys, if people have any questions, let's say please ask, like if you have any queries, maybe if you any doubt, no problem, just let me know your answer. I will tell you that proper answer on that. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi. This is Sai.
Yes, Sai.
I have one quick question. You were saying that it's an in-memory computing system, right?
Yes.
So the server, Tableau server acts as an in-memory computing, or is it the source system like SAP HANA? It connects to SAP HANA and gets that in-memory thing, or how does it work?
Yeah, excellent question. Sai, basically see here, if you go into SAP HANA or Hadoop Hive or anything, what happened? We don't bother about internally the logic what we written. The only have, see, we have each data source or the database native drivers. Once you are install these native drivers, automatically the connection is establishing into the particular database server or the mission. We just calling into the particular server IP address or server name with particular port number, then we'll selecting into the particular schema what you require. But internally, let's say if I will explain the one scenario. Currently, I'm working in one of the banking company, like we are using Hadoop Hive, Implar, as well as we are using MapR. So the problems what we are facing now, let's say when we are using like in MapR Hive, like we need to compulsory go into the version 3.2.50 driver. Let's say by installing this, see what happened, right? Here the query, it's not take a less time. Let's say the condition is the SQL query is simple, but the data building or the data importing is taking to the more time. It means the query running time is taking more. So this is the main problems we are facing. Let's when I connecting into that. Let's say for that reason we need to talk, yes, in memory level, if you increasing your RAM speed as well as how your core processor speed. Basically the Tableau mainly the heartbeated information is required. There are two things mainly we need to consider when I working into the Tableau. One is the processor and another one RAM speed. Processors, how many cores you are using, how much GB of RAM you are using. Based on that, automatically you can achieve the performance what you are receiving. It means ultimately what I'm trying to say here is the backend data, whatever it is in HANA or anything, the connection, data connection or the connection establishment between the Tableau to particular server or database, we can do very simply. But based on that, the data volume or the size of the particular database I'm talking, the networking speed as well as the business or the complexity of the dashboard. Based on all these things, how the performance you want to achieve. Based on that, you can change your data set, or maybe if you create on the fly another schema, or maybe you can build some materialized view or the view. You can take the separate, you can go into some swapping mechanism, whatever may be. But simply what we need to write in the Tableau desktop point of view, we need a server name with port number and proper schema, username, password of the server. That's enough, Sai.
Okay, so in a way you're saying Tableau server will act as an in-memory persistence. It has that in-memory persistence.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
That's where they
Yes.
increase the RAM and everything.
Yes, mate.
So that won't be a costly this thing for the user, the business.
I will tell you my scenario. Actually, my bank is one of the international bank. Let's say we have almost all 5 different applications, almost all 40,000 users. 40,000 users. Which means we are maintaining, there are cluster analysis or cluster servers, which means we are going to the lot of distributed and scale out process. Based on this scale out, yes, I'm also agree with that. Yes, it is going to the some cost. But let's say when I compare to the licensing mechanism wise and the service what they provide in the Tableau people, and when considering all these things, let's say when compared to other reporting tools, it's taking very less. But one more thing is, if they're spending that much of the amount, means the logics what they want to achieve, we can easily achieve by using the Tableau. That is the main reason they are also ready to go and spend the either in the RAM cost, or it means either in going to some scale out process or the scale up, increasing or updating the RAM size or something. They are ready to go into that. Yes, I'm also agree with that. There is a minimum limitation. It's not a, I'm telling to limitation. I'm not telling this is an art limitation, but requirement wise, basically simple thing. Why? Because we are not maintaining to the like GBs of GBs, terabytes of the secondary storage memories, right? We just go into, we require a minimum disk space, hard disk space, but we are mainly concentrating into the RAM as well as processor wise. One simple core is 1 core equal to 4 GB RAM. 4 GB RAM, if you have that in your machine, let's say if you have a 200 users, 1 core equal to 4 GB, it's supporting into the 100 users. Like that, if you go into the 2 core, let's say 3 core or 2 processor means it's going to the either in the quad core or the dual core or anything. Based on that, automatically if you have a 8 core processor, 8 into 4, 32 GB RAM, 32 into 100. How much? Almost all 3,200 people they can able to access without any problem. Like what they are doing, yes, I'm also agree with that. They are going into number of increasing the speeds, but it is increasing the speed as well as giving into the more flexibility. Nowadays trends, what I see that as per my experience when I working into my client wise, they need more into the interactive nature wise when they go into the mobile app side. That is one of the thing mainly they are looking into that. And another thing, they mainly see into the trends analysis, statistical and correlational structure data. So that is easily provided by my Tableau. So that is one of the reason. And one more thing is, if you increase the it required a minimum means operating system requirement also. It's not required to go high-end configuration level or anything, but depend upon the logics as well as the deployment, how many users you want, then we can need to go and increase the RAM and means core processor. I hope Sai I clarified your doubt.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Vasu, Lakshmi Narayana, Sai, remaining people. Any other questions? Okay. So this is what is happening. That's like I have a Tableau desktop in my machine. One minute. Desktop server screen share. Yes. Just give me the mouse control also, please. Mouse axis. Yeah, right. You see, I have like a Tableau desktop in my machine. That is in the latest version. For your information, the Mac OS also it is supported by Tableau desktop. Directly Mac OS also supporting the version which we are releasing in this month, second week. It is also supporting Mac OS also. But Linux and Unix is not supported. We are still in working in progress. Let's just see here. This is actually my Tableau desktop environment. So simple thing. You just go into like in the Tableau software portal, www.tableausoftware.com. There exactly like 14 days trial version for Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server is available. You just go and download. It's a freeware. It's only for the working into the 14 days. Just you can go and give your credentials, means in the your information, use your like full name and mail ID or something. Automatically it is allowing you to downloading to the software. Once you are downloading the software, you just go into like one more thing is, let's say if you have in your client machine is 32-bit operating system, you can download 32-bit of Tableau application or Tableau product. If you have a 64-bit operating system, let's say 64-bit Windows 7 or 64-bit Windows 8 or Windows XP 32-bit, Windows XP, like let's say if you, I don't know, like the 64-bit if is available, you can download a 64-bit. But Windows provisional home edition level, the Tableau, it is not working. Remaining from Windows XP to, let's say, Windows 2003 server onwards, means Windows 2003 server standard edition. From standard edition to upper versions, anyone, it is supported by Tableau. But you need to go and download based on your what means Windows operating system bitwise. If you have a 32-bit, you can download 32-bit. If you have a 64-bit, you can download 64-bit Tableau application or product. So actually I have like this is a 64-bit machine. That's the reason I just downloaded on Tableau Desktop 64-bit. Once I download, simple thing, you don't require any credentials, any configurations are required to work with the Tableau Desktop. Just you can download it and check the like your and one more thing is, let's say if you are working into your client machine, the hardware requirements prerequisites are minimum it required 4 GB of RAM, quad core processor or 2-core processor also is supported, but we need to disable into IPv6 port. Let's say if you are working into Windows 8 or Windows 7, then it is automatically support. Let's say minimum it required 4 GB of RAM, and best practice wise it required minimum of core processor is 4-core processor and at least 4 GB of RAM. Let's say if you have a 4-core processor, if you have a 12 GB or 16 GB also fine. Why? Because based on the data size, network speed, the data connectivity and the complexity of dashboard and the number of concurrent users login, based on all these things we need to increase the RAM speed as well as core processor also. Okay, now I just clicking into here connect to data. Let's say this is all like automatically, these are all the several data sources. I already told, right? Okay, simple thing, just give me one example. I will just go here, log in into like www.tableausoftware.com. See here in the right side there is an option called pre-tile. You can go and click into the pre-tile, automatically can download. Let's say if you want to download the drivers based on the particular, simple, you can go and download, right click on here, go this. Here it is, you can find out, see, automatically these are all the several native drivers we are provided here. It is given into very flexibility. Just let's say if you are working into SAP HANA, see SAP HANA, from here it is 7.0.9 and later onwards, anything it is supported. Links to the SAP Service Marketplace, here you can go and download the particular drivers. You can install into that wherever you install into the Tableau Desktop machine, there you can download and install into respected drivers. Automatically it is support. Note, Tableau software only support 32-bit operating system. Let's say 32-bit support. That's the reason you just install into your operating system also 32-bit. If you want working into the SAP HANA. Let's say if you have like any Oracle, let's say in the Oracle, let's see here. It's very simple. You can go both 32-bit operating system you have, let's say 32-bit product, and a 64-bit operating system, it's going to the 64-bit of product. Just you can download the respected one. Let's say, for example, now I have a 8.1 version of the Tableau desktop. Just you can go and download 8.1 of Tableau desktop drivers. Let's say server, you can go and download anything. Up to advanced version is the 4.1. So BW, let's say if you're talking about like in Hadoop, all these data sources like data stacks, 7.1.0.10 and later, Cloudera, Hadoop, Hive, Cloudera, Impla. This is the databases. All are supporting 32-bit operating system, means 32-bit Tableau product. And also you need to download the 32-bit of operating system. This is the basically we need to do. Once you have installed these drivers, automatically it providing the connection established like this. Just I am going into Microsoft SQL Server, just connect here. Give the server name and port number, something XYZ. Then you can go and give the username, password of the particular server. Then you can establish the connection. Then fourth point is select a database on the server. What type of database you have, you can select it database on the server. Then you can go and select that how many tables you want to import. You have a single table option, multiple table option, custom SQL to custom SQL. Let's say if you have already in the toad level, if you want, you already have some existing MU or view, you added some calculated field on that. You want to see the directly, you want to execute in the query directly. You can import some data. You can go and directly click into the custom SQL, select custom SQL, and copy and paste into there. Automatically, it is importing the data. So like that, it is establishing the connection also. Once you are installing into the native drivers and respected drivers on the respected database level. Let's say simple example. I'm just connecting into the some platform source data. I have a Excel source data. I just click on Microsoft Excel. Double click on Microsoft Excel. See, I just imported some tables. So just defaultly this selected the single table. Now I'm going to the multiple tables. Simply select here, go add table. I'm joining into the multiple tables, put into the join condition. Defaultly that joining condition also take care into that. If you don't want to this condition, just delete this. Again, you can go and select and click on add. You can easily do that. Then select here, returns, join condition. Let's say join type of what type of join. We have like in the platform source level, there are 3 types of join condition. Like you have inner join, outer join, and the left outer join conditions. I'm just selecting to the left outer join and click OK. And go and select another add table condition. Select add users, build, left condition. So now I can go and click into OK. From here, let's say if I want to connect into the live, you can connect into the live. Our data source is directly I can publish into the live level. If you want to extract this data in the metadata level, you can go into the import all data and import some data option. Just let's see, connect live. So this is actually the Tableau desktop work environment. Let's say when I see into this environment, let's say in the right side, if you see here, you observe there are show me option. Here almost all 24 different types of views are available. Let's say if I'm selecting some of the option like customer segment, I have a customer segment. Okay, it's selected customer segment and I have taken some measures. I will explain. Defaultly it is taken to the measures and dimensions how it is possible. Okay, simply drag and drop or double click on it. See, automatically I dragged only for the one dimension like in the customer segment and sum of profit. Maybe if you have a doubt now, okay, how it is possible, the terminal is changing into the dimensions and measures. How it is possible? Why? Because I connected into the relational data without having any ETL process or anything. How it is possible to connect? That is the what is internally it is happening. Defaultly, once you are importing or if you are connecting into any plot file source data, it means either Excel or .txt file data or any relational data, it means in the SQL Server or Oracle. Defaultly, my visual query language, what is doing that? It automatically converting into the aggregated format. It means automatically the OLAP source it is created. Then automatically what happened? Based on the data type, whatever we see into my database level, same data type it is considering defaultly it is converting into some dimensions and measures. Dimensions and measures. Just click here and see now visualization, whatever the visualization you require, just take it this. If I want to see the profit very exactly more, see here it is more, and it can go into the see like that. Let's say if you want to see this data based on the subcategory wise also, just double click or drag into here and put into there like this. Let's say if you want to see this data like another format, like you can go into see that. So this is called heat map process. Simply can go and drag it some profit, same profit, and put into here. You can see, let's say each box it's showing that where exactly more it is more value or more profit, it's showing to the bright green. And let's say if you go into the different very less, it is going to some this color. Like that, it automatically can recognize it and build some dashboard easily by using on Tableau desktop. This is what we can do. Like here we can do that. Let's say filtering. We can able to do grouping on the fly. If you want to create the sets, you can. This is grouping. You can do that. Grouping groups, creating sets. If you want to creating a parameter, you can create it. Let's say if you want to create a calculated field, directly you can go and click into the calculated field and apply. This is an let's say something, some profit to. Just click on here and apply. If you want to change the data type of this particular one, directly right click on here and go and click on to change the data type option. And there are 4 different types of data types are available. One is number, string, date and time, date. Like we can do all the things, creating filters, parameters, and providing the some functions. Let's say when you see this here, we can see all this. There are different types of functions are available. We have number, strings, date, type conversion, logical function, aggregated function, pass through, user, Tableau calculations. There are simple things. This is all given to a very flexible to. We can see the data very efficiently without writing into the like very lengthiest code. We can able to build a dashboard efficiently. That's it my side. Any queries like in Sai, like Vasu, Ramakrishna, sorry. Lakshmi Narayana. Any queries? Just let me know if you have any queries. Okay. See, ultimately, finally, what I'm trying to say, maybe if you see into the future market, I think now only just they are mainly concentrated into the medium and small companies. They already succeed. Now they are concentrating in the enterprise level. Okay, here in India, we have a HSBC, Bank of America, Wipro. Let's say if you go into like Tech Mahindra, like if you go into like Kotak Mahindra Bank and go into the Axis Bank, HDFC, all these banks are using now the Tableau. If you go into like Tata Tele Services, if you go into All Cargos, if you go into the Dr. Reddy's and Merck, Quintiles, all this like in the healthcare module people also, very high-end people also they are using now. Maybe if you see like in the Gartner rule, maybe you understanding what is the importance of this rule, means in this tool, how it is maybe going into the market level also, we can find out. Okay, that's it my side. Maybe I hope if people are understanding good. Yeah, thanks Lakshmi Narayana. Yes. Please let me know if you have any queries. Just send me the Ram's mail ID. We will look and we'll get back to you on that. Okay, bye.